Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to have something a little exciting for you. We are going to be releasing the TCP enabled build of Diablo 2 Resurrected. So I know some of you may have recently heard about it in our early access announcement. Well, now it's coming out to the public, and this is going to be the video that can show you how to get it set up, what it entails, some of the stuff you can do, and all that fun stuff. So with that said, as usual, if you guys are liking this kind of content, make sure you like and subscribe, helps everybody out, and be sure to check out the video description below for important links to our website, Discord, Patreon, and some of the files you might need today. And with that boring stuff out of the way, let's jump right into what you guys came for, how to set it up. In that zip that is linked in that video description or from our Discord, etc., we are going to take a look at again the download D2R TCP Release.zip. Again, you can get that from description, Discord, etc. Once you open that up, you're going to see a single folder in there. You can go ahead and drag this folder out to your desktop or anywhere else that's convenient for you. Just recommend somewhere that Windows doesn't try to protect too much, like the root C drive or something like that. Anyways, once you've done that, we're going to do some movie magic here, and we're going to pretend that, again, I've already done that like you would, and we're going to open up that folder, and you will see the following files. Don't be confused by the double EXEs here. It's pretty simple. We're going to run the installer first. This is going to grab all the game files for you from Blizzard. So it can take a little bit to start up depending on computer, internet, all that stuff. So just be a little patient if you don't see it right away. But just as it did for me here, you're going to see that download window pop up, and it's going to start downloading the actual game files for you. Now, as I said, these are the game files, so just as you probably remember from the Battle.net launcher, you got 27 gigabytes or so of data it's downloading. This can take quite a while depending on your internet and things like that. If it quits, in the middle, or you have to stop it for some reason, busy day, whatever, it can resume. So just go ahead and restart it, the next chance you got, and it'll pick up where it left off. But we do need for all of that to finish before you're able to play the game. So I'm not obviously going to make you guys sit here and wait for that whole process. So we're going to do some more movie magic, and I'm going to just go ahead and kill this and fast forward to a folder where I've already done all that. And so here we go. I'll just hop into my video demo folder, and you guys can see what it'll look like after you've completed that process. Basically, the big change here is you're going to have a data folder, and if I hover over that, you can see there's all that 27 gigabytes of juicy D2R data that we downloaded. So now we are ready to begin. Um, so, uh, you don't need this installer file anymore. You can basically scrub it from your memory. All you're going to care about is there's two options to launch the mod. You can either kind of do it the old-fashioned way where you create a shortcut, use target parameters and all that. We'll show you that at the end of the setup process here. Or you can use the kind of plugin method that will allow you some additional controls. And that's the method I would recommend most of you to use, just so you have those extra options available to you. So to show you how to do that, I'm going to jump right into it, and we're actually going to head into the optional content folder. From there, we can go into D2R plugins, and then once more D2R plugins again, and this will be the file that you can use to launch the game. So you can just right click this exe, select create shortcut, and go ahead and put this on your desktop, or you can select the pin to taskbar option, which is what I'll do now, and that will add a taskbar option here for you. But what we want to do before we officially start the game is we want to double check our config.json file. This is where you'll be able to control how it starts, what options it starts with, things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and double click that, and it'll open up in Notepad or whatever your preferred text editor program is. So if it doesn't look exactly this format or this coloring, etc., don't worry. All the important stuff is really up near the top where your main settings are. And then if you want to adjust things like your max gold values, which we'll get into in just a minute. But the most important thing for you here is just the launch arguments that you want to start the game with. So for most of you, you'll probably be playing a modded experience with some of your buddies, and a good percentage of you will probably also be playing remodded, since that's going to be one of the new options available to you. So if that's the case, it does come with those options already preset for you, so you don't need to change anything, including the kind of community agreed upon, at least for now, edited max gold values and stuff. So you can basically just ignore this file, go ahead and start the game, you're ready to go. If, however, you are playing another mod, then you will want to adjust these target parameters some, just to match that. So the format of that is going to be dash mod space, your mod name, whatever that might be, space. If you want enable respec, you're going to do dash enable respec. And if you want cheats, which again we'll get into in just a few minutes, you would do dash cheats. If that mod uses text files for everything, then you would also add dash text at the end. If, however, they're like remodded and they use bin files instead, then we're going to leave that out. But once more, if you're playing remodded, this is kind of already set up for you. The only thing you want to do is just decide if you want like monster stats display, something like that enabled. So anyways, we're going to say we're all good there, and we're going to go ahead and close this file. And as I said before, that's really the only thing that you need to get going. We can go ahead and start that game. So I'm going to go ahead and run the exe, or again, use the taskbar shortcut. But since I already had that folder open, I just did it that way. And as you can see, it went ahead and loaded or modded. And we're going to go ahead, we're going to go right into a TCP game. And as you'll be able to see, we're in the game now. Here's my IP address up at the top. I have it windowed, so it's a little small. I apologize for that. But we are actively in the game, and if I wanted to multi-box right now, so that I could join my own game, I will have some lag issues because of like network loopback and boring stuff like that. But it would work to at least show it off for the demo video. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just select this guy, and then we'll go ahead and join again that same game I hosted. And here we can see everything is active and working, and you know, I can trade myself, rush myself, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, hopefully you got a buddy or two that will join you instead. But that shows just kind of how it works at a basic level. So what I'd like to do now is just show you some of the optional contents, things you can do to make life a little better or easier for you. So one of the first things I'll show you is a new program called Beacon that's available. So if we go back to the optional content folder and we hop into Beacon, and once more into the Beacon subfolder, we can run beacon.exe. And this is again just a custom program made for kind of this purpose. And what it will do is it will display an active games list of everybody that's currently hosting TCP. It updates in near real time. Don't want to bog everybody's systems down or the network, so there is a bit of a delay, but it's near enough that it should be considered real time for you guys. But anyways, as you can see, it went ahead and added my game to the server list because I am hosting a TCP game. And so now you can see all my information pop up there. And if there's somebody's game that you'd like to join, you can simply click the IP box. Just clicking it automatically paste that into your clipboard. So if I were to paste now, you can see it's already pasted there. So that'll just make it really easy to kind of join strangers or people from Discord, things like that. You can see their games listing there. And to make the connection process easier for connecting them, we can go back to our optional content folder, and we can use again a optional program called Radmin VPN. This will act as like a virtual LAN service. It's a free and loginless, and it doesn't kind of track any of that information or anything. So I've already installed that, so I'm going to go and open that here, give you an example of what it looks like. And as you can see, we have quite a few people from the early access that are already in the lobby and are likely playing together right now. Just not using Beacon because it's all brand new and not released yet and stuff. But the program itself, is really simple to use. Once you install it, you're going to see a screen similar to this, just without the actual connections, and you're going to be given two options. You can either create or join a network. And what most of them have done, as you can see here, is just click network, join network, type in Diablo 2, and we had this custom gaming network added for us just recently by request. So you can go ahead and select the resurrected lobby, click join, and you will join all the other fine people here who are playing, D2R with their buddies right now. So that is just kind of, you don't have to use this method. You can also forward ports, have them connect manually, use a different program like Hamachi or NetZero or Zero Tier, kind of whatever you'd like. But this is just how we'd kind of recommend it for if you want the easiest, kind of simplest way to get going. And then there's a couple other things that you can check out on your own time. Things like the backup buddy that will make automatic backups of your characters. So if you ever have an item go poof or power goes out and you lose some things, you can kind of restore all that. And then some unlock stash files so that when you first start the game, you won't have access to all the tabs yet, as you can see. But if you copy these files over into your save folder, then it will unlock those. So a lot of optional stuff in there I definitely recommend checking out. And again, there's README files, as you've probably noticed, plastered throughout this whole release. So everything should hopefully be explained really well for you. With that said, I think that pretty much covers everything you need to know to get going and set up with this. I hope to see you guys around and expect more updates to this coming soon. One last thing I guess I'll say is just a big disclaimer on the multiplayer release in general. There are two big issues right now. One is the in-game chat does not work. So if I go to type something, you'll see the messages don't actually appear. And so that is obviously a bug that we'll try to get fixed as soon as possible. But it's just an issue right now where the messages are actually being sent, they just don't display, so we'll have to unlock that. And the other major issue is for TCP specifically, but for any user joining the game, if they save and exit, it doesn't actually save, ironically enough. Things like autosave still work. If the host leaves, it will save for everybody, so that works also. And there's also a debug command if you use that cheats option, which I did omit, so I guess we could talk about that real quick. You can type save space 1, and that will also force save using the debug command. So going over debug and the cheats and stuff, let's talk about that. So as I mentioned, if you enabled dash cheats in your startup options, so again that was in D2R plugins, in your config.json, if you enabled the dash cheats launch argument, you will have access to these. And I've included a lot of the known cheats and stuff right now in that folder. So we can open this up and you can take a look at some of the cheats, how you can use them. Just keep in mind, guys, they are cheats. You're pretty much guaranteed to ruin your experience a bit if you use them. But at the same time, you want to have some fun, or you're doing actual dev testing and stuff, and could use the shortcuts for time savings and stuff, then be my guest. That is one of the perks of this build that I tried hard to keep intact for you guys, so everybody can enjoy it. But with that out of the way, I think that pretty much covers it. I definitely am excited to see some of you guys in the lobby. Maybe you guys want to do some bail runs and some other mod content together. But thanks for sticking around to the very end and listening to me yammer. Have a great day. Bye.